Hi everyone, hello and welcome to another week of Augmented Reality workshops. Today we're here with NeuroLove platform. Unfortunately, I have to say we do currently have some internet issues. So here's me, yeah. We have internet issues at the moment, so if it cuts out, it means that something went wrong. We can't really plan for all these things. So if it happens, you can absolutely go to neurolove.org and watch in past events. There is a video just similar to this workshop where we're actually covering interactive t-shirts. So if you're interested in that, you can go and watch that. But if we manage to do this with very tricky temperamental internet, it's going to be great. So bear with me, and if it cuts out, just go and see the recording. We're gonna be back on track in any case next week as well, so don't worry about that. Keep on booking. We have it every week together with all the other workshops. This happened just occasionally. This is a national-wide problem, as I've heard, so we'll see how it goes. That's something with technology, you always have to count on that. So to start, my name is Sara, if you haven't met me before, and I'm here every Friday to introduce you to augmented reality and this new type of creativity. So if you are up to start this, let's see the little introduction to augmented reality. So welcome to everyone here on Zoom, and welcome to people following on YouTube as well. YouTube does have a little lag. Your little messages, it's going to come to me eventually. At this point, I cannot follow on the second screen with YouTube because of internet issues, but I will get those messages and I will try to answer you as soon as I can. So today we're going to talk about and actually do a bit of augmented reality. So this is where we're going to be doing this activity in the spectrum of our virtuality. All the way on the right hand side, you have virtual reality, which you might be familiar with. It's all the stuff that's designed for headsets, where you put this fancy plastic on your eyes and you look around and you're actually in a different environment. It's all been artificially designed, and you can experience digital objects and digital elements and digital environments, what's around you. But all the way on the left side, when you look at this picture, there is actual reality. That's your window, that's what you see if you're lucky to have a mountain. And all this middle bit is what we're going to be playing with today. It's something between augmented reality and augmented virtuality. It all sounds really complicated, but to be fair, it's just what you see through your phone, through your tablet, or through your headsets. You can see some digital elements, or you actually want to design. This is going to be all about you and what you think you can add to this world, or to your t-shirt, or to your environment. So just express your creativity through this. Today we're going to be doing t-shirts, if you read that correctly. So what you're going to need is either a print t-shirt. This is one of my favorites. I've got loads. It's just my thing with those printed t-shirts. But if you have any other t-shirt, it can even be patterned, or you can actually use wall art. You just need a photograph of something. So in the meantime, as I speak, you can go run, catch something around the house, grab something that you would like to make interactive. So last week and weeks before, we've been playing with augmented reality as well. We've been making some wall art, we've been making t-shirts, and I would like to show you something that I've gotten from Emily and week's recording, and they made their own augmented reality experience. So we're gonna try to do that now, just to show you how it works, okay? So I'll stop sharing this. You can probably see me now. And if internet is behaving, well, we will be able to do this. So she sent me a picture of NHS, it's NHS rainbow, and apparently she put something on top of it. So there is some hidden content behind it. How I'm gonna access this is through Blippar app. So every week we've been using Blippar platform, which is connected to Blippar app. Blippar app you can download for free, of course, on Android and iOS, and it looks like this. Usually I would connect my phone for you to see my screen, but let's not tempt our faith with this internet. So when I click on this, you can see my screen is actually just a camera. That's because this technology works by recognizing things in reality. Now, let me show you just quickly what Emily and her mom did. They've sent me their picture, so I decided to print it to make it a bit easier for us. Wow, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, don't try to hold your phone like this, it might fall. So you can do this too and send us your creations. I would love to see what you created, and I'm definitely going to show everyone if you are happy about what you've created. So this is really fun. This is Emily's creation. Let's see what she made. There's a little button here, if you can see, in this app, which is just for scanning. Let's scan the picture. Yeah, come on. Did it? Oh, yeah. So it vibrates when it finds something, and it found a drawing of a rainbow. That's very popular in the UK at the moment. If you haven't noticed, people are drawing rainbows to support our NHS workers. And this is what Emily and her mom sent us, what they did from our last workshop. So that's a little idea of what we can do. And we're going to continue now with our new creation for today. Megan has put in Zoom, so for you who are currently on Zoom, you can see this link in past events if this network still continues to have some problems, or if I cut out at some point. It means that really, it's not that I don't want to be with you, it's the internet, trust me. So let's go on with the little introduction that we started. So here we have that augmented reality that I was telling you about. So it's somewhere in the middle of actual reality and virtuality. You could see through my phone my face and everything that was in the background, but from actual picture, which is in reality, we managed to see something that's digital, something that she put there for me to discover. It can be really fun experience to hide, in a way, some content, some artwork for your friends or family to find. So let's go on and see what this augmented reality actually looks like in our everyday life. So do you recognize any of these? On the left-hand side, we have Pokemon Go. Quite an old app now, but a lot of people still use it. It's based in augmented reality. In your actual street, in your actual house, it places artificial digital thingies or Pokemons. That's how it works, and that's what we're going to do today as well. What you might not know is that Instagram and Snapchat use filters based on augmented reality. So we all, at some point, did at least one filter, and for selfies, for fun. They all use augmented reality in a way that they recognize your face, features of your face. So where your eyes are, where your mouth is, and then on top of that, they put either glasses or flower crowns or whatever else. There's a silly picture of me, of course. No presentation goes without a silly picture of me. If you do use filters or anything like that, you're familiar with these two platforms, with Instagram and Snapchat. What could be useful for you is to follow NeuroLove on Instagram. There's a handle that you can search for, and they have reminders for all these workshops, so you never miss anything, like baking workshop, fitness, dance, whatever you're into. Also these augmented reality workshops and a game development workshop, which comes later today. So make sure you follow those two. And there are also some nice inspirational stuff. I really like going through that profile, so maybe you will too. anyway, back to augmented reality. Depending on who you are, what your interests are, what your skills are, you can use many platforms to achieve what I've just shown you. To have that combination of real image and a digital image coming out, you can use multiple platforms at the moment, and every day we're growing in that way, and we have more and more companies producing it. So how do you choose which one you use? I'm going to be working today with Blippar just because it's very simple for me. It doesn't require any programming skills. I cannot program or code, so I'm sure not many of you can either. Maybe you do. If you can program, later you can actually try to work a little bit in Unity or Vuforia. They do require a little bit of programming, but it also gives you a whole universe of options then. If you can speak the language of the computer, you can tell them exactly what you want, how you want your creation to be. Of course, they all vary in prices too. So what we're going to do today is completely free. And I want to always work with free things, so it's available for everyone. All you're going to need today is either your laptop or a computer to do this with me on your platform. And you're probably going to need a phone or a tablet to access your creation and see what you made. That's technically all you're going to need. No programming skills or payments of any kind. We can see now what we did in the last 2-3 weeks in this workshop to maybe inspire you to see what can be made, and you can kind of think as we go, what would you like to make? You have, of course, universe of ideas, and I would love to see your individual creativity coming out today. So you don't necessarily need to follow what I'm doing. I'm just going to show you the process of making it, and then you apply what I've been doing on your own photos, on your own artwork, or whatever you're interested in. So let's see what can be done. The first video is about wall art. So if you're going to go for a more 2D option, or you're interested in that kind of creations, like you can make postcards or like AR books, if that's your thing, here is a little preview of what can be done. We've been doing Billie Eilish workshop, and that was a printed poster. We've been trying to design a poster, and we connected Spotify account and her Instagram, and even had a gallery of photos. You can see if you click on it, it changes photos. Those are the photos that I've picked, but you can pick your own. So this is when you click on the Instagram button, it leads you directly to her Instagram, which can be useful for your friends if you want to share your social media. And of course, there is her Spotify account for listening to music. So if you have some other artists that you really like, you can connect your artwork that was maybe inspired by that to music that originally inspired. Also, you can have Wikipedia site or any other site, NeuroLove site, and you can add dates and calendar stuff. Loads of options you'll see when we enter Blippar platform, but this is just a little intro for you to realize what can we do with this. And now, this was made 2 weeks ago, how to create augmented reality on a trigger that's a photo. On the left-hand side, you have a photo of Billie Eilish, and on the right-hand side, there is a photo of a t-shirt that we've been using. So if you use that, it works the same. There's music as well. Yeah, that's something that I've added. Those are pictures of my dog. So I've added pictures of my dog because, yeah, I haven't been home for a while, and I wanted to bring a piece of my home city and hometown here with me. So I decided to put pictures of my dog and a little upbeat music to make my day better. That's something you can do today, or something different. I'm really looking forward to see your creations. So you can also put your questions in the chat here in Zoom, and there is a chat on YouTube Live. YouTube Live has a little slight lag, so if you write something there, it's going to take me a little longer to see it. But Megan here might copy something from YouTube, because I don't think I can follow it at the moment today. because of internet issues. Anyway, we're not gonna. So for you to create something with me today, you're gonna need Blippar account. It's quick and it's free. You just put your first name and your last name, email, and password. That's it. Make sure you click on personal or educational use so that it's a completely free trial for you. You can create with this account as many creations as you want. So this doesn't have a limit in terms of how many creations you can make. Usually you have this kind of limit. So Lauren told me yesterday, I think, about this ArtVive software. I went to check that out and it's great. It works similar to Blippar. It's another platform, right? And it doesn't have that many options, and it also limits you to 3 or 4 creations. This might give you a little bit more space to create and make you more, you can express more in so many blips. Blip is, yeah, I haven't explained what blip is. Blip is this augmented experience that you made through Blippar app. So we're going to be making blips today. Quite cool. So this account making activity might take you up to 5 minutes, I guess, just because it's going to take you back to your email to activate your account. So don't worry about it. You can do it as we go. Or if you're following on YouTube Live, you can just click the pause button. That works perfectly fine. You click the pause button until you've made those steps, and then you continue on. It's not going to disrupt anything. You can still follow. Or if you need a bit more time, that's not a problem. Again, you can just go with us today to see how it works as a demo, and then go make your account on your computer if you cannot access it right now, if someone else is using a computer, and then follow a recording that's going to be available on NeuroLove soon, today or tomorrow. So that we've got you covered in any case. So if you do have an account, you can now go and just enter your Blippar account, and we're going to continue on from there. So to explain how this will work, you only need to understand 2 sides of this process. I might use an example for you to understand it easier. On this picture, you can see some terms that we're going to use: trigger and overlay. For our experience to work, we need a trigger, which is in reality, where we are right now. So this is reality. This is my real paper. And if you want to create this digital overlay, that's not reality anymore. That's digital world. And that's something we call overlay, because it sits on top of our actual real object. Of course, there is this middle bit, which is a way for you to see the digital content that's hidden on top of reality. And for that, you will need your phone, any phone, or tablet, or you technically need a device that has internet, that has a camera, App Store, or whichever platform you use. It's not really, it doesn't require a lot of high specs or anything, so don't worry if you have an older phone, it works anyway. So we're going to be playing with something really interesting and innovative today. Oh, my internet connection is unstable now. So today, instead of adding photos of my dog, I've got something really special for you. So I've got a very creative friend back in Croatia, and I'm going to be using her art today, just to show you that this tool you can use to present your art in a very, So my friend is called Josiva, and she lives in Croatia. She makes digital collages. She started off as playing with Photoshop. Many of you know Photoshop, maybe tried it before. So as we were in high school, I knew about her artistic play with those digital tools, and as we grow older, she continued being creative and ended up with these absolutely fabulous collages. That's what happens when you just nurture your creativity on and on. So Carla told us that on Tuesday in the art group. All you need to do is practice for yourself, not being focused on the end product, and it shows you wonderful things. Josip here did collages. I really like them, and yeah, am I back? I think I'm back. Can I just get a little confirmation from someone in the chat that everything is working, that you can see me? Thumbs up or whatever else. Yeah? Thumbs up? Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Lauren. So I'm going to try to continue. So sorry about this internet mess. Yeah, anyway, my point today is that I'm going to be working with artwork from Lauren. Sorry, not Lauren, from Josipa. And Lauren, you can do with your own photos, and people who are following on YouTube Live, you can use something that you have in your folders. Often that's memories from our trips, which we just store in some folders somewhere. You can actually present them in your house, in your wall art. You just need one photo that's going to trigger the whole gallery. So without further ado, let's see how, yeah, this is how Blippar should look like when you enter it. If you manage to make an account, this is what it gives you, an option of 2 types of augmented reality that you can create. Today, we're going to be creating an app project. That's the thing that you can see through using an app, right, through your phone. There is a different version which is called Web AR, and it's something that you can access through web links. So you don't need an app, you just follow the link and it happens. It's really useful, but still kind of in development. So we're going to be using app project this time. Later on, we might actually go and do a bit of web AR. Now I'm going to stop sharing this screen and I'm going to show you my Blip dashboard and we can start creating. One second. There's Blippar. Right, let's share this now. There. If you can see, this is my Blippar dashboard. When I enter it, there are already some blips that I've made, some tests and t-shirts and stuff that we made last time. There's one about Scotland that we did last Friday. I might show you that sometime later. Now let's crack on and try to do this t-shirt. So today I've got, if you can see, a t-shirt with me. To start with it, I'm gonna need a trigger image or something something in reality that's connected to my digital content. To create a trigger, if you have some object, you are just gonna take a photograph of that print or whatever you want to start your augmented reality. So just take a photograph and save it on your phone and maybe transfer it to your computer. You can do that through email, to WhatsApp, to any kind of service, sometimes even direct link with your phone. Just get that picture somehow to your computer, okay? We're gonna be starting from scratch. So first thing that it asks us is the trigger image. Trigger image can be this NHS rainbow logo that I got from Emily. So that's a trigger image that she used. I'm gonna be using my t-shirt. So I'm gonna browse my computer and find this workshop materials. There we go. So you can see here are some of the collages from Josipa, and I have a trigger image right here. Trigger image is a photo of my t-shirt, literally a photograph of a t-shirt. Nothing super fancy. You don't even need to worry about how it ends up from which corner or what, because it will recognize it anyway. Interesting bit about this is that it will work even with black and white pictures, so you don't need to worry about any details really. And I'm gonna call this t-shirt. There we go. It's working. So I will click continue, and it will hopefully, if it works, lead us to our dashboard. Yes, yes, please. Brilliant. Okay. So what we here see now is trigger image that I've told you about. So this is how we work. We work on top of that image. We're trying to create everything that's going to pop up when someone scans that image. So for us, to make it easier for us, they've just put that image in the background. So we see what we're going, where are we placing things. I'm gonna lead you through a little, let's kind of meet this platform now. Platform has two sides. That's all you need to know about it, seriously. So pay attention now. We have left-hand side and right-hand side. On the left side, we have everything that we can add. So stuff that we can bring to this, elements, media. It can be 3D object like this ball right here. If I drag and drop it, it's gonna show up on our design. All the shortcuts on your keyboard work. So if I click delete on my keyboard, it's gone. So on the left-hand side, we have everything that we can add. And on the right-hand side, we have all ways in which we can modify it. So let's try again. It always works with drag and drop. It's really simple. So if I want the ball, I drag and drop ball in the middle. Or maybe we want, I don't know, a heart. Let's say a heart in the middle. And then we can see our heart now. Let's try the right-hand side now. So on the right-hand side, you can see these specific details about a position. If you need it to be in an exact tiny millimeter of this design, or to be in the same line with something else, you will play with these. Not today. What's fun, you can change the color. Let's have a red heart or blue heart or whatever else. So those options of editing stuff or adding options, that's always on the right-hand side. So that's right, and we have on our left all the other options of what we can add. We can add text, which is really useful if you want text. Of course, it gives you a sample text, and then, surprise, surprise, if you want to edit it, you go to right-hand side. You can see what I'm doing here on the right side. It says simple text, and I'm going to change it to cat. We have a space cat here now. So this is just a little mess to show you how it works. We have, if you can notice it on the left side, we have 3 tabs. One is elements, which adds those pre-made elements, so you don't need to really spend time creating 3D objects in Maya or Paint 3D. You can also add widgets, so that's links to different things. It's super useful. If it's what we've been using for Billie Eilish. Remember that poster that I've shown you? So it had Facebook link, it had Instagram link, Spotify, and stuff like that. It sounds super complicated, but really, for you to create it takes 3 seconds. So if I wanted Spotify, I would click Spotify and drag it on the middle. And there it is. On the right-hand side, you would absolutely need to add URL or a link, internet link that you can copy from your browser. That would lead us to a specific channel that you want. So when you add that, it works, click works. We call that action, or what happens on touch. Any object that you add, be it this heart or this text, you can always add an action. So what happens when someone who views it through their phone clicks on them? It can be nothing if it's not helping your experience run smoothly, or if you can use that to maybe lead them to another page or something, you can add that action on the right menu. You see so many options. Each and every action can lead us to a web page, to Twitter, YouTube link, videos, audios. Your imagination can go wild here. So I would absolutely suggest that you use these options and show us what you've got. Right, so I'm going to delete these things by using my keyboard shortcuts. What's really interesting, you can also use copy paste. Shortcuts on keyboard for copy and paste. It's Control C together, and it says copied section. And you can also do Control V, which is paste. And you've got two same objects. If you already added some colors of who knows what, you can just copy paste it and it works. It's very intuitive and super easy. So I absolutely love it. It's all about creativity then. You don't need to worry about how you place things or programming things, some mistakes that might happen. It's always going to tell you if there is some error in the way. So let's try with something, with the first thing that we can try, maybe audio. Let's start with audio and then we'll add images later, okay? So depends how you want your audio to play. You have two options. You've seen on that t-shirt, as soon as we scanned it, it was like a background music that went on regardless of clicking. If you want sound to play on click, you would pick it from this menu on the left-hand side. So you would find a sound or audio, or on the top corner is audio. So you would just bring it here as a clickable button, right? But today I would like it to play in the background without anyone needing to touch anything. So to do that, there is this little tricky menu that you usually don't find, and it's right next to the title of your experience. It says t-shirt, and next to it there's this little arrow drop-down menu. You can click on that and edit markers or triggers or those images that we've added. So if it's not the cat that you need, or you want multiple t-shirts to work with this, you just add multiple triggers. We click on marker manager, and you can add up to 20 photos. Up to 20 t-shirts can play the same thing. Or if it's not your thing, or if you want every day to have a different thing, you can add different experiences for each day. Anyway, we can go to settings now. So again, that little drop-down menu. If you go to settings, it's gonna allow you to have a background music. I've been talking with Josipa yesterday, and I've asked her what kind of music she would like to have in the background of these images. She said she's usually inspired by hip hop, funk, jazz music. So I found a little sample song that I'm going to be using this time. So let's go back. So when I click on add audio, it gives me this window. It says add media, and you can you can drag and drop files here, or you can browse your computer. So if we browse our computer, in that folder of materials, I found this little funk hip hop tune. It could go well with whatever she had in mind when she was creating this. That's my idea today, to present her artwork in the best way I can. You know yourself better, so you go on, pick your own favorite song and your own artwork, or maybe your family photos from some vacation and the best, most repeated song that you had in a car. So when I click open, it's right there, it's uploaded, and that's it. We can play it in loop as well and say done. So that's sound sorted. As you can see on the top left corner, it says now all changes saved. It means that no matter what kind of mistake you make, if you accidentally close this whole thing after spending 3 hours making it, it's not an issue again. It's got you covered, it's got everything saved on the cloud. So if you're anything like me and can click around by mistake, it's gonna save your work so you can peacefully continue working on your project even though you made a mistake of closing it. So don't worry about anything, just think about what you would like to show us and focus on that. I would like to propose that we check out what we did right now. You can see that on this screen, we don't have anything yet. You see these little buttons here, they help us navigate. So if I turn this, drag and drop around, I can see in 3D space, we have absolutely nothing on our t-shirt. But you know, as you've seen, we've added some sounds. That's the background thing that's not gonna show here. So let's try to see what we made and then check it with the t-shirt if it works. It syncs right away, so you don't need to wait for 2-3 hours for someone to approve what you just made. It's going to be visible right away if internet works. So we have two options on the on the top. It says preview or publish. Publish is a paid option if you want to access it with any phone anywhere around the world without a code. But preview works just the same for free with a code. I actually prefer a code because it gives you one step of security. Security in a way that you have a code and you can give people a code to know that they're going to access it. They're going to access your work just because you let them to, not because it's available all around the world. This kind of safety is really important. And you can also have different codes for family, friends, or very special best friend in the world that can see some secret messages that you let her see. So what we do, we add a test code. Right here is a just a bunch of numbers, but no one could really remember that. So what we can do is delete them and add something more simple like test. I'm gonna add test, but you can add more. You can add like 5 different codes if you want, and they all work. So when I click continue, it gives me a little overview of what I've done. It says it's gonna be available with a test code, little key there called test. And I said, I'm gonna click publish to test. There you go. Our blip is in test, which means it's available to be seen through the app. So let's try it now. Right, I'm gonna stop sharing so you see my screen. Right, another adventure of holding a phone all around. So in the app, at the moment, you can see, so that's app opened. You can see in the corner, it says test code Emily. That's because I was looking at that example that Emily sent me, and her code was Emily. I'm gonna change that code to the new one that we currently have, and that's test. To do that, you click basically the only button there is on this app, and it's settings, and it gives you a little menu. In these options is enter test code. At the moment, it says Emily. I'm gonna remove it and add test. Wait. So test. It should look something like this, right? It says test, and I'm gonna confirm it first. Bam. And then we exit it, and we're back on track. So this is the app. This is how app looks like. And in the corner, you can see your code. It's always gonna tell you which code you're running with, so you can see if you made a mistake or you don't have a correct code for this. Let's try it, huh? So this should not show anything, any pictures or anything, just a sound. So let's see if it works. Wow. So this is very challenging to hold. Right. Sounds are on, so you're gonna hear it from my phone. I click the middle button to scan, and it's there. Come on. There you go. It's loading. And when it does, it's the internet, but it will. No, 0%. Oh man. Let me check it. Oh, managed. So that's music that I've added. Right, music works. Now, to the real fun bit, let's add those photos. So I'm gonna go back to sharing my screen. How are you doing with your creations? Have you tried creating something yet? You can send me a chat message or something to just update how you're doing. If there is any issue or there is something you don't understand, drop a message. I can show it right away so you can see how it works. Well, I'm going to check on that in a minute, but in the meantime, I'm going to show you how we're going to put a gallery of images. That's something that everyone likes. So we're going to use a widget called gallery. It's in those tabs that we have. We have three. One is elements with those hearts and stuff that we just used. Second is a widget. So we have Instagram and everything that we added to that poster the other week, including gallery, which we're going to use in just 1 second. Third tab is called uploads, and that's where you have all your photos that you upload to use. See, these are photos of my dog that you've seen on the previous t-shirt, and Billie Eilish photos that we used before. Last week we used travel photos from Scotland, and this week we're going to use artwork from my friend. So to do that, we're going to browse again my computer and upload those photos. Okay, if you click browse, it's going to open your folders. You can find something that you've created ages ago, or you can take a photo of your actual paper artwork and we can work with that. So I'm going to browse and just add these 6 images she created. It's currently uploading it, but internet is funny, so hopefully it will happen. One item has failed, so I'm gonna check which one. Number 4. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. With technology, you need to give it a second try. Usually it works. Yeah. So you can see as it uploads, it's just showing it on the left-hand side. It's our little folder of everything that we're using. So one option is to just drag and drop. If we do that, photo is there. And you can see it's a bit big. So what we can do is use this navigation menu on the right-hand side. I'm kind of circling it. So you have this option, the bottom one, like a little cross. It's giving you these options to move your object around, to place it depending on where you want that to be in relation to the original image. So if cat is here, you can place an image in front, up, down, in space, because it's going to be used, it's going to be shown in this digital area on your phone. So you can actually play with how far or close something is. But what we need to do at the moment is make it smaller. So it's the second button, and it gives us a bit different handles, you can see. These handles are used to make something smaller. So you click and move. See, when I move it, it's changing its size. And then you've changed it how you want. So you can also go back to move button and just move it away. Number 2 didn't upload. Sorry, this happens mainly because internet is a bit slow today, but it might happen to you as well when you're working. So this is a good demo video. Right, so you also have a button, of course, to rotate, and always possible. So if you want it upside down or a little bit on the side, or to be in space, see the mesh is showing you what's going to be shown in front of your image. You want everything to be in front of the image because you cannot see anything that's behind. Right, but you can see it on 3D. You see this little cube right here. You can actually move it and it's going to show you all your design in 3D. If you're lost it, if you're like somewhere there and can't go back, there is always a button at home to take you to the start screen. Right, let's make this gallery now. We have 15 more minutes, so this is going to be a real tutorial of how quickly you can actually do it. We've got everything we need. We've got images here, and we just go to our widgets. That's a second tab, and we drag that gallery here. Bam. Okay, I'm going to move it now. So it's in the middle. Maybe make it a bit bigger so that we can clearly see it. Like that. Okay. Can you all follow? Let's see if you had something to say. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't see YouTube. I can't follow YouTube this time. I usually do have it on the tablet on the side. Internet is slow, so I'm trying to balance it. If there's some comments on YouTube, Megan or someone could copy it for me. Or if not, I'm going to be here next Friday as well, so you can come join and ask everything you want to know. Oh, there's chat. Yep, yeah. Megan says she will be there to check the messages. So let's add images to this gallery. Gallery's here, so that's something we dragged from the left-hand side. That's an element that we are using. And what we're going to do with it, we're going to adjust it to show pictures that we want. So we're going to find that, of course, on the right-hand side. It's got this option to browse up to 15 images. We're going to add, you see, it always mixes everything that you've just uploaded. It's not the best idea, but I'm going to browse and click on those that we've just added. Collages from Josipa. There's 3 that I really like. There's some that actually show people with headsets. Really interesting. And I think we've got one more. Yeah. 5, maybe 6. I think we had 6. Am I missing one? Yeah, this one. There you go. We got 6 images now. And they're ready to be. You can also change the direction. You see on the right-hand side, I'm changing the order of images. If you have a specific order that you want them to, if you're telling us a story or something, or you want it chronologically from about your trip, so where you went on the way. We've got so many options. We've got so that's all gallery done. Literally, we just added the gallery option and added images, and that's it. Simple as that. Since we still have time, we can add her Instagram maybe. So if we would want a link to her Instagram where you can find more of these if you're interested, you can do the same with your artwork if you're promoting it on Instagram, sharing with your friends, showing us what you're doing. We're gonna drag and drop Instagram button. I'm gonna make it pink because maybe not this pink. You can see on the right-hand side what I'm doing. You can also change the color to be a specific one you want. So if you don't like any of these, they're quite intense, you can find a nice purple one and have that as Instagram button. You see, at the moment, this won't work. If you touch it, nothing will happen. Why? Because we didn't add anything. We didn't tell it what to do when we press it. See, on the right-hand side, it's asking us about Instagram username or URL. So what I'm gonna do is check her Instagram to find that link, okay? And we're gonna make it work. You can do the same. You can maybe use a different button. You have everything from emails, websites, YouTube, Twitter, SoundClouds, even selfie buttons. Selfie allows you to have a photo with whatever is in front of you. So options are really endless. Let's see. So it's Josipa and 102. There we go. That should work. We can always test the link to see if we did the right. Yeah, we did the right thing. We wrote it correctly. That's her artwork. Should work fine. And that's our experience finished. We've made a gallery with added sounds. We did Instagram buttons. You can actually explore even more and add everything that you want in it. We're going to preview this now to see what we did and maybe change the code to NeuroLove. NeuroLove would be nice. See, I've added upper case and lowercase letters, but it actually doesn't make a difference when you put a code in. It recognizes the word NeuroLove, like our platform. I'm gonna click continue. That's what we currently have. There's a code NeuroLove, and we're gonna publish it to test and try it out. Moment of truth. Right, we're gonna close this. We're gonna stop sharing, and let's see what we got. This should now show us the gallery and play sounds and give us Instagram button. For that to work, of course, I need to change the code, remember? Now we can't use the code test anymore. So I'm gonna go to settings and change it to NeuroLove. Or it can be Josipa, it can be Sara, it can be whatever code you want, maybe your nickname. And you can use always the same code to make it easier for people as well. Less mistakes in the process. So as you can see, this time I tried with a bit creased t-shirt, because when you're wearing it, it's not perfectly still, it's not perfectly displayed like on the photo, but I want to demonstrate that it's still gonna find it. Oh. It's so difficult to hold this. Right, let's try this. Moment of truth, fingers crossed. I'm gonna press the button to scan. And since we have more, oh, I didn't press it. Since we have more content now, it might take a little bit longer to load. It vibrates when it recognizes it. No? NeuroLove. Just one sec. I think I've spelled it incorrectly, of course. I had one job. That's one thing that you need to get right. Blippar platform is helping you design it correctly, but it cannot help you spell the code. So let's see. I've spelled it now. So yeah. Yes, maybe. No. Let me try to hold it like this. Can't see what I'm doing when I'm. No. Why is it not working? Let me try with the different internet. It's still on my mobile. Excuse me for this. We'll try again. Like with that start, you just need to give it another try. Like everything in life, patience. Yes, patience always pays out. So it's currently on 0%. When it sees a t-shirt, it glues it there. Gonna maybe a bit loud. So that's what we see when we scan that t-shirt. We have our gallery and we have our button. So I can browse the gallery and I can press the Instagram button and it'll take me to her on Instagram. Yeah, can go and see it. Yeah, so it works. That's a relief. You need to be patient when you do these things for internet to be strong and for you to scan it right and for everything to match in place. But it actually works. And in it took us like 15 minutes to make it. So I'm sure all of you can do it too. We still have a few minutes. So if you have some questions, I'm happy to answer them. Or if not, I'm going to show you a few more ideas of what you can do with this. Okay. So I know some of you are interested in art. Oh, we have a chat. No questions on YouTube. Good. In that case, I'll show you ideas of what you can do with this. I know you're all extremely creative and have all fantastic ideas. This was my foolproof program of what if internet doesn't work. I was ready to lead you through it without being able to access Blippar. And these are now ideas. You can do art, of course. Art is just perfect for this medium because you can add another layer of creativity on something already creative. You can see in these examples how they turn out to be animated or 3D, or what really excites me is how street art made publicly available can also be enhanced with technology. So we can bleed colors from the walls. It's extremely exciting, at least for me. So if you have options to do something like this with your art, yeah, try to enhance it a little bit. Maybe add a splash of color or extra images that go around, or video or sound. Always works better. Then you can also use it to learn, right? You can use augmented reality to learn body parts. There is a t-shirt on the right-hand side, which when you scan, you can see inside of the body. You can even travel through the vessels. Really fun. If you want to know more, yeah, just send a message. I'll show you all of this. And this is an example of an exhibition. This is one that I made for a Geopark or something. It was about a waterfall. So I've collected artwork, which again, I didn't make, and photographs, which I didn't make. But my creativity here was to put it all in an environment, in a little, you see, I've created a big bowl, which was environment. It was like an image, 3D image. And then whoever would enter this link, you can try with links if you want. You would be inside this bowl and you would turn around 360 degrees to see those images that were placed like a gallery around. It took a little bit more time only because I had to be really careful where I've placed them in this mesh. This mesh actually shows you where something is, like how close, how far. It took a bit of time to place them correctly, but that's all. I still didn't have to do any kind of programming or anything like that. And if you want to try apps, there's millions of apps for this. And Mark Anderson really, he made this interesting periodic system table with all the apps to try. So if you want to screenshot this and try it later, feel free. You can also find this in a recording later. So yeah, feel free to explore. There's so much to explore. And of course, when we talk about exploring, I would love you to explore our site, NeuroLove. We have these workshops every week, and we have recordings of our previous workshops. So it doesn't really matter if you weren't with us previous weeks, or if Friday at this time doesn't really work for you, you can always follow it later. You can do baking when you want to bake. There are now 2 recipes that have been done, and we have loads of fitness classes, yoga, dance as well. We have art group. We have also talks about anxiety and managing sleep. So whatever you need, it's there, and tons of activities as well. But the most important thing, if you want to chat, we have mentors available. We have me and the rest of the team available there from 8 a.m. from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day, even Sunday. So if you feel like you want to chat or you want an idea of what you could be doing rather than just sitting on the couch, we have loads for you. So chat with us. We can help you with anything. And yeah, that's it. If you have some questions, feel free to ask. Megan is here as well. She put some links for you. So follow those links. And yeah, that's it. Anyone has anything to say? On all sides. So thank you. So if you have any questions, feel free to send it to NeuroLove and Neuro Champions later if you want. And I will see you next week when we're going to be doing posters again, or wall art. So we're going to be doing 2D objects. So I'll be there at 11 o'clock. So join me and book your place in Zoom. So I'll see you there. Ciao.